The text came in at 9:42 on a Tuesday night. Family only this year? Don't come. I stared at my phone. My dad was hosting Christmas at my childhood home, the one my grandma left to me. Not him, me. I set the phone down, opened my laptop, and booked the largest event venue in town. By December 24th, his lights wouldn't just dim. They'd go dark. Want to know how a single party invitation destroyed a man's empire? Stay with me, because I had the deed, the bank records, everything. But before I show you the receipts, you need to understand how deep his lies went. Real quick, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from and what time it is there. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to see what happens next. Let's go back to the beginning. I grew up as the quiet one, the one who set the table while my brother got the spotlight. Dad paraded him everywhere. Awards dinners, business galas, golf tournaments. Me, I stayed home. But my grandma saw it. She was the one who taught me hospitality. How to plan a menu. How to make people feel seen. When I turned 25, she called me to her bedside. "This house is yours," she said. "The deed, the land, all of it. Don't let him take it." 3 months later, she was gone. The will was clear. The 2-acre estate. The mineral rights. Everything in my name. Dad's name appeared exactly once. As a permissive occupant. That means he could live there. As long as I allowed it. I didn't fight him when he stayed. I was building my own life. I became an event planner. Corporate galas, weddings, charity auctions. My client list grew. My Instagram filled with 5-star testimonials and packed ballrooms. I kept every contract, every receipt, every email. That's just how I work. Dad never acknowledged it. Never asked about my business. Never came to a single event. He told everyone the house was his, that he'd earned it. And I let him. Until 3 weeks before Christmas, when the text arrived. Family only this year? Don't come. I read it 3 times. Then I called him. He picked up on the first ring. "Oh, hey. You got my message." "What do you mean, family only?" He sighed, like I was annoying him. "Look, you're always so busy with your little events. I didn't think you'd want to come anyway." "It's my house, Dad." He laughed. Actually laughed. "You really think anyone believes that?" I went silent. "I'm hosting the Christmas party of the year," he continued. "The mayor, my business partners, the country club set. It's important. I can't have you, making it awkward." "Making it awkward?" "You wouldn't fit in. You know what I mean?" I knew exactly what he meant. "If you show up, I'll cut you off for good," he said. Then he hung up. 2 minutes later, my brother texted. "Just let him have this. It's one night. Don't make a scene." I sat there staring at my phone. One night, my house, my grandma's house. And I was being told to stay away. That's when I realized this wasn't about Christmas. This was about control. That night, I sat alone in my apartment, scrolling through the family group chat, cousins, aunts. Everyone was talking about Dad's party. No one mentioned me. I looked at old family photos on social media. In half of them, I'd been cropped out. In the others, I just wasn't there. I thought about skipping Christmas altogether, flying somewhere warm, turning off my phone. For a moment, I actually believed his version. Maybe I was too busy, too separate, too different. Then my phone buzzed. A text from a vendor friend. "Hey, weird question. Your dad's assistant called. Wants my crew for his Christmas party. Said you recommended us?" I stared at that message. He was using my name, my network, my reputation, to throw a party at my house that I wasn't invited to. Rage hit me first, then clarity. I walked to my bedroom, opened the safe, and pulled the folder. It was time. I thought I'd lost. Then I remembered I'd never needed them to win. I opened the estate documents. Grandma's last will and testament. Notarized, recorded with the county. It was ironclad. The house, the 2-acre lot, the mineral rights, all in my name, transferred 5 years ago. Dad's name appeared once. Under a single clause, permissive occupant, subject to removal at owner's discretion. That's legal language for he lives there because I let him. I took a photo of the page, sent it to my lawyer. Her reply came in 30 seconds. This is airtight. Say the word and I'll file. I stared at that message. Eviction would be easy, but it wouldn't be enough. I didn't just want him out. I wanted everyone to see the whole town, his business partners, the country club, everyone who believed his lie. I opened my laptop, pulled up my vendor contact list, caterers, DJs, venues, florists, people I'd worked with for years. People who trusted me, and I started making calls, one after another. That's when I opened my Rolodex and started building something bigger. 2 days later, Dad sent a group email. Subject line, join us for our annual Christmas gala at the family estate. Our estate. He'd invited 200 people, a catering company, a string quartet, valet parking. And then I saw it. At the bottom of the email, a charity sponsor logo. He was taking their money, using the house as proof he could host. My brother called that night. Just let him have this, he said. He needs the networking. His business is struggling. His business? He's had a rough year. This party could turn things around. I forwarded the email chain to my lawyer. She flagged it immediately. If he's accepting sponsor money using your property as collateral, that's fraud exposure. You need to act. I scrolled through Dad's social media. Photos of the house. Captions like, blessed to share our home this Christmas. Our home. He'd even listed the estate as his home address on a recent post. The stakes were clear now. If his party succeeded, the lie became permanent. If I stayed silent, I looked petty. I had 72 hours. So I made one call, then another, then 50 more. Then my accountant called. You need to see this. She'd been running a routine credit check on my properties. And she found something. A line of credit. $40,000 opened in my dad's name, using my house as the asset. He'd forged a utility bill, put his name on it, submitted it to the bank. They never checked the deed. And now he was in default. 60 days overdue. The credit company had started pre-lien proceedings against my property. I pulled the documents, the fraudulent application, his signature, the forged bill, the default notice. Every single page was a smoking gun. My accountant's voice was steady. This is identity theft. Financial fraud. You need to file a police report. I sat there staring at the paperwork. He didn't just want my house. He was burying me in his debt. If I hadn't checked, if my accountant hadn't found it, I'd have woken up to a lien. On my property. For his mistakes. Now I knew exactly what he was protecting. Not a legacy, a lie. And I wasn't going to let him bury me in it. I started digging. Public business filings, contract records, county documents. And I found it. Dad's company had lost its 2 biggest contracts last spring. He was bleeding cash. Unpaid invoices stacking up. The Christmas party wasn't a celebration. It was a Hail Mary. He was courting investors, trying to look solvent. And the house, my house, was his only remaining asset. Except it was never his. Then a former employee reached out. Someone who'd left his company 6 months earlier. I saw your event post, she wrote. I had no idea you owned that house. He told all of us it had been in his family for generations. He used it to close deals. She attached a photo, an investor pitch deck, with a picture of my house on the cover. The charity sponsor had been promised a tax donation letter. From a property owner. Dad told them he'd provide it. He bet everything on a lie, and I was supposed to stay silent. Stay invisible, stay gone. He needed me erased. Now I knew exactly what to do. I didn't cancel his party. I planned my own. Same night, same town. I called the Civic Center. The one with the 200-seat ballroom and the LED ceiling. I need December 24th. 6 p.m. They had it. Then I called every vendor he'd tried to poach. One by one, they picked up. Wait, he said you recommended us for his party. I'm hosting my own, I said. Want in? Every single one said yes. I comped tickets for the whole town. Families, volunteers, the fire department. Free dinner. Free photos with Santa, a toy drive. All sponsored by my company. Then I called my lawyer. File the fraud report. I want it on record. Done. I scheduled the locksmith for December 26th. Change every lock. No drama, just process. My invitations went out on December 18th. Simple design. My company logo at the bottom. Join us for a community Christmas. Free and open to all. His party was the 24th. So was mine. I wasn't going to embarrass him. I was going to eclipse him. December 24th, 6 p.m. My event was packed. 400 people. Waitlist only. The ballroom glowed. The LED ceiling sparkled like stars. Kids lined up for Santa. Families filled plates at the buffet. The local news showed up. They wanted a feel-good story. I gave them one. The mayor was there, shaking hands, taking photos. And the charity sponsor Dad had been courting? They were there too. Because I'd offered them a matching grant. Full transparency, clean paperwork. They switched allegiance in under an hour. At the same time, across town, Dad's party was starting. My phone started buzzing. Texts from vendors I knew. There's only about 60 people here. Half the RSVPs didn't show. The caterer just walked out. His deposit check bounced. I stayed calm. Handed out toys. Thanked volunteers. Smiled for photos. I was visible, present, generous. Then, at 8 p.m., my phone lit up again. The lights just went out. I knew exactly what happened. The utility account was in my name. Always had been. That morning, I'd suspended service. Dad's party went dark. 60 people standing in silence. Someone filmed it. By midnight, it was on every local Facebook page. What happened at the mayor's party? Wasn't that supposed to be the event of the year? The charity sponsor approached me during dessert. We had no idea the house wasn't his. Thank you for your transparency. This is the kind of integrity we want to support. I shook her hand. Across town, Dad's house sat dark on the hill. Mine, the civic center, glowed. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. The truth had done the work. I drove home that night in silence. My phone kept ringing. I didn't answer. Dad moved out by New Year's. No eviction needed. He couldn't face the town. His party had become a punchline. The charity sponsor pulled funding. His investors ghosted him. And when people asked what happened, the truth came out. The house was never his. My brother sent one text. You didn't have to humiliate him. I didn't reply. Humiliation wasn't the goal. Boundaries were. The fraud report cleared my credit in 40 days. The lien never filed. The bank apologized. Closed the fraudulent account. Flagged his name. I sold the house that spring. Too many ghosts. Too much history? I didn't need it anymore. I donated half the proceeds to the town's family services fund. The other half? I used it to start a foundation. Events for kids who feel invisible. The ones who get cropped out of photos. The ones who set the table while someone else gets the spotlight. We host quarterly events now, free, open to all. Last Christmas we had 800 people. I didn't check to see if Dad drove by. Some lights are better left off. Dad's business folded quietly that spring. He took a job 2 towns over. I heard it through cousins. I don't wish him harm. But I don't wish him back either. My brother and I don't speak. I don't miss it. The people who show up now? They're the family I chose. Volunteers, vendors, kids who write me thank you notes in crayon. That's enough. More than enough. Here's what I learned. You don't need their approval when you've built your own light. You don't need a seat at their table when you can host your own. And you don't need to burn someone else's house down to prove you own yours. The receipts do that for you. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been excluded by family and built something better on your own? Drop your story in the comments. I read everyone. And if this story lit you up, hit subscribe. There's more where this came from. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's been told to stay quiet. Stay small. Stay invisible. Tell them their light matters. This has been a fictionalized dramatization for entertainment purposes, not legal or financial advice. Thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas to the ones who host their own.